125 in my own lane, pedal to metal. One thing that I won't let you do, and that's gas me up. Keep my eyes open, letting nothing pass me up. Oh, I refuse to let you block my shine, no, not today. And I ain't going out to fight, no, not today.
I'll take the light, you hold the camera, don't need more. Ready for action, I'm never lacking, I've seen war. FaceTimes, great minds couldn't conceive or couldn't relate, was robbed the chance to see more. So I aspire to reach higher, the fire inside of me burns brighter until I blow up like C4. Great shit, make hits, deep as the sea floor. Paste it, race gets long as the seashore. My star rising, they see me shining like I done been dipped in diamonds, but I be like, where the haters, they seem sure. It's all crickets, they on my dick like a seesaw. With no ticket, it's so sickening, please pause. As I provide the soundtrack to bounce back from each loss until we reach the target, we proceed course. There's no quitting, the clock's ticking. I seen how the plot thickens. Regardless, I never let it throw me off.
The shit, boy, get on my level, doing 125 in my own lane, pedal to metal. One thing that I won't let you do, and that's gas me up. Keep my eyes open, letting nothing pass me up. Oh, I refuse to let you block my shine, no, not today. And I ain't going out to fight, no, not today.
Yo, what's going on with the businesses, people? It's DC Darius Chambers. You know what time it is. It's time for What the Shit. Here I am. It's Wednesday. That means it's only time for one thing. Time for the show. What's going on? Welcome everybody who's listening, who's watching, whatever you're doing. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and all that good stuff. Before we get into the show, before we get to the guests, it's just me right now. You know what I'm saying? And I like that for a minute. So, a couple news and notes, man. First of all, thank you everybody who watched the Chambers Effect, man. It was a beautiful thing. I got to sit down with Angela Marshall. Cannot explain how wonderful it was, man. It's a new thing. Every now and then I'm going to do, got a couple more coming up. Next week, we got the Brown sisters, Celeste and Leah Brown, who are a part of Defining Excellence. Actually, they are Defining Excellence. It's a vending machine, man, but it's not like any vending machine you ever seen before. It's actually a retail machine that does a lot of different stuff. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Does a lot of different stuff, man. They can do advertisement, and it's in the airport, so you can go check it out right here in Acton Airport. Before I get to anything else, man, I got to do my sponsor for the day, which I ain't got up. Never mind, we ain't got no sponsor today. Bump it. We were out here riding. So, couple things to get into, man. First of all, shout out to the Blade movie. They just got Black Panther's costumer to do the costumes for the movie, so that might be fire. Who knows? I can't tell, but I can't wait. Also, man, Donald Trump out here pleading the fifth, man. He ain't trying to answer no questions, so I don't know what's going on with that. I ain't catch all that, but I know he out here lying about something because, you know, that's what my man does. He lies about everything he can. What else? Beyonce news, man. This Khalees thing is getting crazy. Actually, it's over. I guess Beyonce took her off the song and said you ain't getting nothing. Speaking of getting nothing, Irv Gotti is out here wilding. He is telling anybody and everybody who will listen that him and Ashanti was getting it in, and he was the reason why some of her songs are the way they are, which, whew, it's nuts. What else, man? What else? Been a great day. Had an off day. Didn't really get to do. Well, I ain't really get to do much. I ain't do too much. Just got to relax, man, and chill. Hung out around the house, man, and just get ready for the show tonight. So tonight we have Cleveland hot sauce guy Micheal Killik, Antoine Pickett, man, foreign grit. We also got Miss Chara Bee, man. She's coming out here. So, but I just want to say, man, it's a lot to unpack with everything that's been going on. At least for me, I know I've been trying to maintain as best as I can and deal with everything, but not as Pete Davidson has, because apparently him and Kim K broke up. So sad. Man, damn, couldn't it happen to her? Nicer set of people, man. You know what I mean? NFL's back. I'm so excited. Now I can stop telling people to call me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I'm going to be watching football that whole time. So it's going to be crazy. And I can't wait. I'm just looking forward to getting back to a football schedule and just having football being back, man, because I miss it. I don't know if y'all feel like I feel, but I love football. It's one of those things where I can just watch all day long and not worry about nothing but what's going on that screen and making sure that it's a good day. Also, oh my God, I'm getting all kind of notifications. Nope. My bad, y'all. See, this is what I have going on. Stream yard. People found directions. So, without further ado, let's get the first guest up here real quick. Let's bring him out. How you doing, sir? Only the best.
I didn't expect the fanfare, but I like it.
Oh yeah, let's do it one more. Let's run it back one more time. You know. Yeah.
Good, man. Good.
Only the best for the guests. Man. So, can I call you the hot sauce king of Cleveland? Because that's kind of what I dubbed you.
You can.
Yeah.
Everybody should at this point. Everybody should.
Yeah, I feel like they should, man. Because I don't do hot sauce, but my wife and them swears by it. They brought some home. My
Isn't
wife
it good
Tiana.
stuff?
She loves it. I don't think they got much left, so I think they'll be hitting you up for another resupply here soon.
Nice, man. Nice.
So, how'd you get started? Because I kind of want to read you. You're a veteran and you used to be a middle school science teacher. So, how'd you go from teaching science to making dope hot sauce?
So it went from, I taught middle school science in Cleveland. Then I had a stroke, probably from being a middle school science teacher in Cleveland. And then it went from there, and I was a professional grandparent for a while in Florida with my oldest daughter and my grandson Bentley. And then I moved back to Cleveland. I talked to my buddy Eric Williams from Momocho Happy Dog Restaurants, and I had to get a straight gig because my teaching retirement wasn't paying enough. So I helped him open some restaurants in town, El Carnicero, a couple other restaurants. And then about 7 years ago, man, I was closing down one of the restaurants and I felt a pain in my arm. I felt a tightness in my chest and I was sweating. And I drank half a bottle of tequila. Now, this is a cautionary tale, man. Nobody should do this, right? To go to bed. And I woke up the next day, opened up the restaurant, went into the VA because I'm a veteran. And they told me I had a heart attack, I was 48 at the time. So everybody around that age should get their heart checked out. And they told me to cut back on my sodium. So I started screwing around with fermentation. And I came up with this delicious tasting hot sauce. So I gave it to my old boss, Eric Williams, who's a James Beard nominated chef. And he loved it. And he hated everything I made, right? So I'm like, wait a minute, this is good. So I sent it off to the lab in Kent State, and it came back 1% sodium. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's my hook. A healthy hot sauce that tastes great. And the first one was this one, the Delta. Whoop, we got here.
Yep,
the Delta, and it's fermented, vegan, gluten-free, low sodium, and that's kind of how it started. And most food products start off by somebody makes it, and they pass it out to their friends and family to try. Well, all my friends were fantastic, the fantastic chefs of Cleveland, right? And so I kind of had a leg up, and so they all tried it, loved it. And so like I said, all my friends were great chefs, so I kind of had some expert opinions on stuff. And I started calling around to see who was good at food production in Cleveland. And I got the name Zach Reinberger from Central Kitchen in Cleveland. He's now the owner of Ohio City Pasta. And I took a incubator class learning how to be a food entrepreneur. And I started producing from 5-gallon pickle buckets to 55-gallon drums. And now we do 30 55-gallon drums at a time. Started out with mom and pop shops. Lakewood Hardware was the first place to sell it for me because I live in Lakewood. And I did like the zombie apocalypse approach, man. I started off with where I lived and went out from there. We survived the quarantine year. My small stores kept me open. And then I got into Market District, then Giant Eagle. Then beginning of the year, they put me in all the Giant Eagle stores in Ohio, and then Dave's. And then now we switched distributors, so we're in all the Giant Eagles in Pennsylvania as well. And we're this close to finishing the paperwork with Cisco European Imports, and soon we'll be national, man. Can you believe that? In 3 years,
Man.
no, it's intense, man, intense.
So I can call you the hot sauce king of Cleveland.
You can.
That
Hopefully, the hot sauce
saying.
king of America soon, brother.
Hey, man, you got to speak it into existence. How did you like? I have a guy who makes kind of healthy barbecue sauce,
Right.
but healthy hot sauce is new to me. So how did that process come about?
Well, it's first of all, we started because I worked around great chefs. Chef Tom Burke from Amocho, Eric Williams is a great chef. I learned to use, I use all natural ingredients. The hot sauces are just chilies, onions, garlic, kosher salt, and vinegar. That's it. Like I say, 5 ingredients in the truth or 5 ingredients, no bullshit, depending on whom around,
I take the bullshit.
Yeah, we started with basic ingredients. We don't put any extra stuff in there. We don't smoke anything. It's no. We're taking it old school, man. Back to just using vegetables, right? Nothing crazy. We're not trying to measure our dicks by how hot it is. We want it flavorful. We want it tasty. And we want it healthy. Like back, sometimes the bottles separate because we don't put any emulsifiers in it. And sometimes the bottles look different from each other because of the time of the year, the peppers. Man, that's what natural is. Shit's not supposed to look the same all the time. People don't look the same, right?
Nah, you see me in the morning, you see me at night. It's
No,
a whole different person, man.
Thank God, right? All these motherfuckers look the same. I don't want to look like everybody else. So I tell people, if you see it separate, shake it like our grandparents did. You know what I mean? We're not the McDonald's of hot sauce, man. We're unique. And that's why people are gravitating towards it. That's also why we wanted a clear label. So you could see what's in it. We're not hiding anything,
And that's what got me. Because like I said, my wife, Tiana,
right.
with met you, she had brought some home.
She's a fantastic person, too. She's
Thank you. I got lucky. I got lucky. I don't want to tell nobody how I get my secret away. Because then all the other guys be trying to get all these good looking women. And I be out here bad.
You tell me, don't tell anybody else.
It's the opposite of Hitch. Just know that. If you ever seen that movie. But when I seen the bottle, I was like, this is different because it's just it's not plain, but it's plain. Like you
Right.
have that label is nice.
Right.
And then I seen it backwards. I'm like, okay, this is different. The name is different. And then it's just a clear bottle, no frills, no must. It's just like, hey, here's what we got in here.
Right.
Enjoy this shit.
Well, again, like I tell people when I pitch, I mean? Well, again, I went from being a middle school teacher to opening restaurants. All this kind of set me up for this, man. I'm 55. We're trying a new concept. It's called the truth, man.
Man,
and I think people are ready for it.
I don't know, man.
You feel me?
It's a crazy concept to be telling the truth out here.
You think people are ready for the truth, man?
Yeah.
No, it's the truth. We have a clear label, 5 ingredients. We're trying a new concept. There's no character of my big head. There's no fucking cartoon, man. You know what I mean? We're speaking the truth. And I think it's the time for it, especially in this crazy ass environment,
Yeah. I think that is necessary, especially with food nowadays, because people are so especially I don't want to say the vegan community because I don't want them attacking me.
Don't fuck with the vegans, man.
Yeah, I know they wild. Yeah, you think
wild.
they eat meat the way they come at you, boy? You
know, right?
The amino acids in their systems is something rough. But no, I mean it's just people are really starting to realize, especially after the pandemic, that health is really wealth. Like people started paying attention. Like I'm doing nothing but sitting around the house all day, eating bonbons and watching Oprah, you know. And it's getting to the point to where like I need something different because I feel sluggish all day long.
Oh, right. And plus, I think we also learned during quarantine, man, is that we can't expect shit to come from California anymore. You know, we have to look in our community for our resources. Like Ohio City Farms, right here, it's right off 25th, man, grows peppers for me. And because I'm getting bigger, I cut a deal with Oberlin Farms right down the road from Cleveland. They're growing peppers for me. We have to look in-house first to take care of our needs before we look down the road. It just makes sense, right?
I was going to ask you that because I feel like a lot of businesses in anything don't really try to look locally a lot of times and realize the talent that's in their own backyard. Like I know Cleveland has a lot going on. So do you feel like that's kind of an advantage? Because I know down here in Kenton, you probably wouldn't get the same peppers that you could, you know, in Cleveland because it's a little more spread out.
Well, plus like a economical gig, man, like, or, you know, ecological gig, it reduces the carbon footprint. You know what I mean? Like our overall plan, and this is down the road, is to have centers like we up here in different parts of the country. Like have somebody down in Georgia making the hot sauce down there, using those locally grown peppers, and having one on the other side of the mountains, like in California, making it out there. So we're not hauling stuff all over. We can make it in pods all over the country because it's a simple process, man. We just need to find somebody to bottle it for us. I can teach a crew how to ferment it out there, set up shops in different parts of the country for that region, use regional peppers, you know, put the regional spin on it, and then thereby reducing the tax on the environment, man. It's simple. You know what I mean? It's simple.
You're making it sound simple. I don't know if I can get in the pepper game myself, but I don't think I want to rival you, man. I don't know. I don't think I could. It's just, and here's my question: how does the fermenting process work? Because I know there's a lot of different processes. You know, the fermenting process. Then you have people who use the canning process and all these different kind of processes. But educate us on the fermenting process.
We use it's called anaerobic, which means like oxygen is not our friend. We take the chilies, the onions, and the garlic. We chop them up. We mix it with a certain combination of kosher salt, vinegar, and water, and then we put a water bag on top to keep it below the water line. You know, because that's where the magic happens. You know, we don't want the oxygen there. We keep it below there. We let it sit for about a month. And that's where the magic of fermentation happens. Like over in like Japan, Korea, Vietnam, they've been hip to this for 5,000 years. Like kimchi. Have you had kimchi?
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's the same process. But back in the day, they used to bury it underground.
Yeah.
Because that's a steady temperature underground. And so like if I try to bury underground, you know, the FDA would be all over my shit. So we have a certain temperature we have to keep it at. It's a simple process, but there's very exact things you have to mark it at. You know what I mean? And so it's a simple process. So we keep it at that, and then we pull out the byproduct, which is now our fermented vinegar, which we're starting to market. We put in fresh vinegar, and then we blend it up, heat it up to 185 degrees. That pasteurizes it. And then we pop it in a bottle, and then it'll keep for 2 years in the bottle. Damn. And then we ship it out to the stores. So very simple, but very, again, certain conditions have to be met.
Perfect storm. I understand that. Man, science teacher turned hot sauce king of Cleveland.
No, right? It kind of fucking fits, doesn't it?
When I read that, I was like, so he was just like a mad scientist at school. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start mixing some stuff up, and magic happens, and here we are. You know what I mean? You know, everywhere. So, next 5 years, what does that look like for you?
All right. Well, I'll let you in. So,
I mean, you ain't got to divulge everything. I know, you know. You gotta have
man, you know what? It's all up here, man. And you know what, dude? I have a theory about the universe. You know what I mean? Some people call it God. I call it the universe. When we're in tune, man, I'm in tune. You know, if we get rid of the ego, we get rid of the bullshit. If we take care of each other, we're in tune with the universe. I've had so many miracles, what people call miracles, happen to me every day, you know? So, so the future plans. So I made up my mind a month ago that we're going to start exporting to other countries next year. Right. And I have a buddy, I have a bro from high school who's a translator in Japan. He translates textbook manuals. Every time he comes home, I give him a case of hot sauce and I say, just start passing it out to your people. And they love it over there because they're hip to fermentation. And so I joined this group, this government agency called Food Export. Now they want people like me to start exporting because it gets the American dollars, the American products over to Japan and brings their money in. So I made up my mind. I'm not shitting you, like a month ago. I just told my people, we're going to Japan next year. I haven't figured it out yet. So this guy asked me to help him out with his small hot sauce. He wanted to go pro. So he came to the kitchen to help chop veg. And I'm giving him a tour. And he's like, hey, are you thinking about exporting? I go, 2 days ago, I just made up my mind to do it. I haven't figured it out. He says this, man, dig this. He said, my wife works for an export agency and she can help you. 2 days. Isn't that crazy? That's what it's like to be in tune, man.
So let me put this out
here. Get rid of the self. You know what I mean? It's very zen. If you get rid of the self, leave that shit open, miracles happen, man.
So now you're about to be the hot sauce king international. So I'm gonna have to drop the Cleveland and just put you international.
You just keep crossing it out.
Yeah, man. By the time our next interview happens, man, you're gonna be the hot sauce king of the universe. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm glad I got him when he was just a king and his price was a little lower. We have to ask for that hot sauce soon.
It's always checking the self, man. On my arm here it says, "To thine own self be true," which means, you know what I mean? I'll go out and I'll hustle. You know what I mean? I'll grind. You know, I'll shake my ass for the people. That's my job. But when I look in the mirror, you know what I mean? Know who I am. You know, don't believe the hype, as Public Enemy said, you know who I am and know that I'm doing this for the right reasons. I always tell my people, one, we're here to sell hot sauce because a company has to make money. Yeah. Two, we're here to help people. You know what I mean? Like my platform is getting bigger now, so I can start helping people out, you know, and that's important. And three, you know, man, we're here to cause a little trouble because why not? You know what I mean?
Hell, I like it. Who don't like a little hell being raised every now and then?
You have to. Life is too short, man. Life is too short.
I can't raise a little hell, I don't feel good throughout the day.
Right.
So I kind of have a crazy, because I like your product and the name is amazing.
Thank you.
So I'm doing this thing next year. You can say no if you want to, but I'm doing a event up in Cleveland. It's a content creators event.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm trying to have, you know, content creators of color, but you know, all kind of content creators, but it's more geared toward content creators of color. And we're having it in Cleveland, and I know for sure next year I would love to have your name on the flyer.
No, 100%, man, 100%. And I got tons of people up here. You contact me, I know tons of people.
Well, shit. There we go. We're gonna have to do lunch or something.
I'm a
since
guy.
You're the hot call king, it's not gonna be on me because I'm broke. This show don't let the aesthetics fool you. I ain't got no money. It's hanging on bootstraps. This is all bootstrapped to the roof.
It's the heart, man. You have a good heart.
Yeah,
you have a good heart, brother. So
yeah, it depends on who you ask. You ask my wife, it's sometime.
Well, that's another topic.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can't let her have all the sunshines and rainbows. It'd be she get too, you know, she get too comfortable.
I'm backing out of this one, man.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to go too far because she right upstairs and I done been hit before. This whole thing that fell on me before she threw it on my back.
You'll see a shoe come out of
man, she quick too. She like a ninja. I don't even hear her come down the steps. Like sometimes she just be standing behind me like Batman and just start breaking limbs and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it smooth on that. 100%. But no, I appreciate that. I definitely will be in contact because I definitely.
No. Like I said, I know a ton of people up here, man. We can definitely make this happen, brother.
Appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on and spending time with us. I know
Thank you so much, man.
You know you're a busy man. I definitely want to have you back on. I plan on doing a business. I call it not like a retreat, but I have a bunch of business people on, and they talk business and networking, and sharing and expanding on ideas and just trying to help each other with guidance. I definitely want you to be a part of that because I know you have insight. Because you're about to be the hot sauce king of the universe, so people can use that that business model and be a part of that. So please tell the people where they can find you and how they can get some of that good sauce.
Any giant eagle, not necessarily on the shelf yet, because that's a whole nother political process. But ask, we're in special displays, or if you go to the website, killikhsc.com, killikhotSauceCompany.com, punch in your zip code. You can find stores or in a bunch of mom and pops too. And we're growing every day. So go to the website, follow us on Instagram because I'm mouthy and I don't have to answer to anybody. So
it's a good feeling.
So I will cause trouble whenever I can if I could keep the patriarchy on their toes. That's part of the gig too. And thank you so much. Please tell your beautiful wife I said hey, and I think she's wonderful.
I will. Before I let you go, there's a poster, and I'm putting it in the post again. It says, "No sugar added, no fat added, unlike your mom." When I seen that, I had to make it a part of the package of the promo, man, because I was like, that is dope. And I got to go back and make sure there's more.
Like I said, make hot sauce, help people, and cause some trouble, right?
Man, that is amazing. I will be in touch. I'm glad to finally have to meet you.
Yes, sir.
My wife has been telling me nothing but great things. I was like, I definitely got to have them on. And then as we were talking and then having you here, I'm like, that's my kind of guy, man. A hellraiser, badass, hot sauce making, swearing son of a bitch. That's what I like, man. Let's ride. Again, Mike, I appreciate you for coming on. I'm definitely going to make sure that all your social medias are tagged because I believe in what you're doing. And it's healthy. I mean, who doesn't like good hot sauce with health? I mean, it's an oxymoron, but it works. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I will definitely be in touch. We will definitely get some work in.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Before I let you go. Yeah. Can't let you go without it. I will be a shitty host and my wife would talk shit. How you gonna let him go without the hand clap? You give everybody else the hand clap, and then I gotta hear it and sleep on the couch with the dogs, and I ain't trying to do that tonight because my back bad. So one more time. Appreciate you, the hot sauce king of Cleveland, next the universe. Speaking it into existence, and I can say I was here for it. You have a good night, man. Keep that hot sauce pumping and keep that good shit going.
All right, you too, sir.
Thank you. Oh, hey, that's Chris.
Hey, I got to get some of that hot sauce.
Yes, you do. My wife had brought some home, and when I seen the bottle, it was like it's 3 of them. So I was like, man, what is this? I don't do hot sauce, but when I seen the package, and I was like,
that's tempted. Right down my alley. Yo,
I'm tempted, and it's fermented. It's some good stuff. Definitely got to get that in.
Yeah, I'm already jumping on it. So yeah,
yeah. Good dude. Like I said, I've been talking to a businessman. Man, he knows his stuff up in Cleveland, man. So I'm excited.
That's in the area. That's in the area for me. So,
yeah, it's up there by you, man. You should get you some. He everywhere.
Look, I'm already on it.
Giant Eagles, the Days and all the places.
The Days. Let me run down the street. I'll run down the street tomorrow. It's right down the street.
I'm matter of fact, tell people how your day was because you came in a little late here.
I had a bit of yesterday and today, and before I knew it, I was exhausted. And I said, let me lay down for about an hour or so. And it was about 5 o'clock. And I went comatose. Before I knew it, what the hell? Still daylight. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I got up, looked at the phone. I'm like, it's 8:15. What the hell?
All day sleeping beauty.
Yeah, body went and shut down. I'm like, what the fuck? So, yes, bit of a day. Got it out. Everything's cool. I had to put down the family dog. I had to put down a family dog. A family dog's been with us about 16 years, but it wasn't easy. I had to calm the house. You know, I had to be the anchor as being the man in the house. I had to be the anchor. I couldn't break, so
never can.
Yeah, he's being cremated. I gave him one last ride today. I said, you always wanted to ride in my backseat of the car. Here's your backseat of the car. I would never let him ride in the backseat without throwing.
Okay, I was about to say
because he would shed, and I'm like, I hated that.
Okay. But my question was, you know what? Never mind. So here's the hot sauce. He has 3 different versions.
Yeah, I'm getting them.
He has a mild, hot, and I think it's like a chili pepper one that
don't tease me,
or pesto or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's going down tomorrow.
My wife and
it's going down tomorrow.
Speaking of going down, I'm excited. Well, let me not say it like that. Speaking of coming up in the world, my guy, like this dude, man, one of the homies. We know him. My guy, I'm excited, bro. Like my nigga on the screen on the show. Look at, man, if y'all don't know, man, my homie.
What's going on?
My homie, man. What was y'all, November nights?
Chris, I ain't seen you in forever, man. I'm surprised you ain't on the radio show yet, man. Your voice, man. You got that radio.
All the action is on the podcast now. That's where all the action is going on the podcast and getting the media company popping and just putting words out now because we're getting ready to expand. What the shit's expanding, so we're growing.
Ain't it crazy? Where we came from, bro.
And that's what makes this so sweet. Because I'm like, when we was at school, we wasn't doing shit, or people didn't think we was gonna be shit.
Hey, we wasn't learning shit.
We didn't do nothing.
I don't know how we made it.
Pure determination and bullshit. That's how.
Then COVID hit. We couldn't even go to graduation. Can
we get into that for a second? That might have been the roughest 3 to 4 months of my life,
bruh. Rough is an understatement.
100 people from Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus all on one screen. Then we had, what's his name? Phil. I don't know if you was there for
I didn't
Seth
even
Rollins.
join it. I didn't even join it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. You never came in.
I think that one class we had, like you said, it was like close to 40 or 50. Man, that class was so fucking rowdy online.
You talking about Phil?
That might have been the one.
Where they was cussing him out. He was
drinking milk and shit.
Yeah.
He was tripping though. He was
drinking warm milk at 7 o'clock, dog. That shit used to trip me.
Look, me and DC was just like, we texting each other. I'm like, is this cat warm?
Dog, when he got on Stellation and she went in his ass, I was like, you know what?
This ain't it.
Bro, this is the most unprofessional
they used
to
go back and forth every day.
Every class, bro.
I used to be like, you know what? I'm logging out. I'm not learning nothing.
You know how many times I set my computer down and walked away?
There's so many cats. I was like, I just did one of these moves. I was just like, yep, that's it for right now.
It was the worst, man. But
look, it got us off our feet, though. You know what I'm saying? Got us on our feet and moving.
And every time I talk to somebody from the school, they had the same sentiment. I think we had an advantage of a disadvantage because we had to go through that virtual period where a lot of people now, they're in school, but they don't have that grit. You know what I mean? They don't have that. They ain't had no adversity. They get to go to school every day and dance and, do TikToks together. And that's cool and all, but the niggas ain't your friends, B. You got to get out here and get it, man. We had to get it out the mud.
No, for real, though, man. And it's crazy because everybody from that class low-key got something going on. Well, I don't really hear from too many, but it's from what I can see. You know what I'm saying?
It's a few of them. It's a few of them that's, doing some things. But
speaking of doing some things, let's get to you, bro.
What's going on
out here, man?
I'm trying, man. It's rough, but I'm trying.
You know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. I had seen your other page, Foreign Grid Films, and didn't know it was you. That's how hard you grinding.
For real?
Yeah, because look, here's what happened. Like I was looking, I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure that's him, but I don't want to tag the wrong page because I know bro out here grinding.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how hard he was grinding like that because I was like, okay, let me put 2 and 2 together. I went to look, I was like, damn, this ain't got the media company he out here taking photos, the weddings, the whole nine, man. So tell people what you do, man.
Really, I'm really a full production company. So like I don't limit myself to just one thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't just do one thing. I do have an aim that I'm, you know what I'm saying? I have a goal that I'm trying to reach, which is eventually like short films and movies. Right now, I'm focused on weddings, commercials. You know what I'm saying? I need to get with the hot sauce guy. I need me a bottle of that hot sauce. And
Look here.
I might know somebody who can make it happen. It ain't me, it's my wife, but I can.
Hey, for real, because I can do some product. I'm in the product shoots. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey man, I'll put y'all. I'll make that happen, man. I'm all about that networking thing, man, because I believe
for real, from photography to
man.
videography. You know what I'm saying? I do it all. I'm looking to grow. So if it's any, photographers, videographers who looking to network, who looking to, you know what I'm saying, grow with me, you know what I'm saying, I'm all for that as well.
Man, I seen your work, man. I was like, bro, I ain't the same nigga who was in class ditching, man. I was smoking weed, man. I ain't gonna put you on front, but you was out smoking weed, bro. Hey, man, as long as it help you keep productive. But I was like, bro, don't never come to class. I see we pass each other in the hallway. I'm going to class. He going the opposite way. I'm like, you coming?
I was living in Akron, so you know what I'm saying. We started in 11. Our class was 11:19.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that was the winter time. So half the time I had to make that 40-minute drive to school.
Oh, you telling? I was coming from Canton.
Oh, woo! So you was loyal. Yeah, you was real loyal to the drive.
The drive was different.
Little
yeah,
too
that
loyal.
drive is different. Yeah, that was crazy.
Motherfuckers calling me now, like, do you think you're going to pay us someday?
They don't even got my number. You hear me?
I'm like, but anywho, that's neither here nor there. But that's still here and there. But
I'm like, I don't know.
No, man, but it is dope to see your work, man. Because like I said, man, being in the, being at school, and I get to see a lot of people in their after school life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's dope to see people still doing that grind, still doing that hustle.
For sure.
As my wife laughed because she knows I be ducking their them calls every now and then. They call me. The dude called me one time, was like, yes, do you ever plan on paying us? I was like, dog, it's a recession outside.
Bro, wait. So I thought it was so you didn't go through student loans or nothing like that? Because I don't even know. I don't even know if they really don't got my number because they don't call me.
They call me every now and then be like, dude tried to guilt trip me, like, but you promised to pay. I was like, dog, I also gotta eat. Like, nigga,
did you get your diploma?
Nope.
They
hold my shit hostage, dog. They hold my shit like
either.
Superman's mom in a warehouse, dog. They
I ain't even get mine neither, man.
I'm cool.
I'm like, this stuff's a little thin. I don't need this.
I'm cool. By the time I get mine, it'll be a square. They ripping my shit off every time I go.
Mine's is in the trash. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm cool.
They said we can't even get in contact with him. We're not even gonna bother keeping this.
Nah, I'm cool. But no, man, it is good to see. You know what I'm saying? You're doing well. You know what I'm saying? Happy,
y'all
healthy,
too, man.
Doing what you said, because when we talked at school, man, you was deep into the photography game, man, and that's what you was really. The TV and broadcast was cool, but that really wasn't, what you was at the time. But to hear you wanting to get deeper into it, man, that's always good to see that expansion, man, because we all always got to grow. And that's the reason why I wanted to have you on the show, man, because I definitely want to make sure, one, we networking. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy your work. I enjoy seeing it and sharing it. And every time I get the chance, I will, because it's free, one. And two, I know you. I can't be like, man, I know him, man, and then just scroll past your shit and be like, whatever. Because to me, that's disingenuous. But also, it's twofold, man, because like I said, I love your work. Dope pictures.
Thank you.
I mean, like, your work is exquisite, man. I've dealt with some good photographers, man, and you out there right there up there with them. I don't even look at national people stuff no more, man, because I know so many dope, talented people
around.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not gonna say on a local level because that makes it small. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But in a close area, I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? I say that. 'Cause I don't
In
want to
a
be like,
radius,
yeah, I know a lot of
in a
local
close, in a
niggas.
close, in a close radius.
Yeah, because if I say I
Right,
know a
right.
lot of local niggas, it just make it, you know what I'm saying, it's like small potatoes. And I'd be like, nah, man, these niggas is bigger than that. I just, you know, the words escape me because I don't want to make it, you know, downplay what they do. But, you know what I'm saying, in a close vicinity, I got people within reach who do a lot of dope work.
And yeah, man, that's we need to network with them too. A lot of photographers and videographers feel like since we're in the same field that we can't collaborate, or one person got to get all the business. You know what I'm saying? It's enough business for everybody.
That's the one thing that's the thing that they taught. Like they try to tell us that in media school, like it was a competition. It was like, no, we're finding out like it don't need to be a competition. Like it really don't.
Yeah, man. I worked with a videographer last year in Atlanta, and you know, I just stayed in contact with him, and he pointed me in the direction of my first official wedding. You know what I'm saying, in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying. So I think that was real dope. You know what I'm saying? They was real genuine. You know, he sent me all types of templates. You know what I'm saying? Tell me contact him anytime, and I still, you know, I just got another booking. Congratulations to him. He's about to have a baby, so he had to cancel the booking. He actually gave the whole booking to me. And that's in Atlanta, Georgia as well. And that's coming up in December. So
You need somebody to hold your bag, brother?
Hey, it's coming. It's coming.
Hey, man, because that's dope.
Yeah, and the couples in the military, you know, military couples get married all the time. So as long as I do what I'm supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? That's work for a lifetime.
Near the base.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And then when they, never mind, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna put that out there in the atmosphere, man.
What is going on?
Yeah, but when they get married again, they gonna be.
I'll be there again. Yeah.
But no, man, that's dope, man, because that's a testament to what, you know, the belief system here is, man, that we can all work together and all grow and all eat, man. I'm making a point to shout out other podcasters because, you know, like Chris, when we was in school, you wasn't supposed to be podcasting with other podcasters. You know what I'm saying? It was either you get the job or they get the job, but neither one of y'all can get the job at the same time. And it's like, I own my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want. So I could put as many people on as I want to because I feel like I want to. Not because I have to. It's just
it's love, and it's gonna get returned. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like what bro was saying just on the last, he said, you know, what you put into the universe is what you get back. You know what I'm saying? So it's you show love, you get love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. It's it's crazy because I know you. And like the first time I seen your work under Foreign Grid, I was like, who is this nigga taking these pictures? And then I seen him with you, I was like, oh, that's bro. He went artist formerly known as Prince on us. Like
yeah, man, I was all about just making a name for myself, you know what I'm saying, and not going off of what I used to do and what I used to be into, you know what I'm saying? It just was, you know, a rebirth for me, you know what I'm saying? Just a new start. So that's where that came from.
I think that's something that one thing we noticed is just between that and what we're doing, we all had to do that rebirth, that kind of growth, because it was just like, all right, what do we, especially after going virtual, it was like, okay, what are we doing next? And we were just like,
it was hard to take it serious, bro. It was hard to take it serious because the teachers wasn't even taking it serious. You know what I'm saying?
Especially Seth
like,
Rollins. He was just drinking milk and cigarettes, man. It was bad, bro. Like,
I was
I've
like,
never seen
who
a grown
drinks
man.
milk and smokes cigarettes?
He's like, I'm gonna go kiss my dog and get another glass of milk.
You know what's crazy? It's a few genuine people there, but it's not many. And then it was like when I moved to Columbus, I went to the Ohio Media School up here to do like a couple projects.
You see Philip Buford?
No, they fired him. They have fired him, bro. Oh, I don't know. I ain't air the business. I thought everybody do that, man. I was working one of the videographers up there. He was helping me with a project, and I was telling him how, you know, I wish I got more out of Cleveland and this and that. And he asked me, or or somehow we got on the subject of how we was doing virtual with Columbus teachers as well, whatever. And then I was like, it's this one guy, man, he used to be arguing with students all the time. And he was like, if you remember his name, he's like, I ain't gonna say his name, but if you say it, I'll tell you if you're right or whatever. So it just hit me out of nowhere. I said his name and he just busted out laughing. He was like, yeah, man, they got rid of him or whatever. I forgot what exactly he did, but it was something, arguing with a student or something pertaining to that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
That didn't last long.
But
That's what smoking cigarettes and drinking warm milk can get you. That shit is not a good combination. I don't know who thought that was.
Well,
but they got a few genuine ones up at Columbus too, man. I got a guy, if I go there, he'll help me anytime. So it was, I am thankful for the whole experience. I ain't gonna knock it at all.
Real talk, there's a couple ones that's the genuine ones that were at campus that aren't no longer at the campus, but I still
right.
Like this did, like when I need something, I text them. I'm like, yo, I need help trying to find something now. And they're like, yeah, use this. Boom, 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 boom.
Y'all got it good then, because them niggas don't fuck with me, but that's a different story for another time.
I thought you and Doozer was pretty cool.
Yeah, me and Doozer cool. Yeah, me and Doozer cool. Yeah, me and Doozer cool. He introduced me to some ex instructor, and I started out on his show. So
July came and went, and it was time for us to graduate. Them niggas looked at me and was like, God, keep that bullshit over there.
Hey, but it's cool because you know what? I bet they starting to pay attention to it.
Oh, they love me now. Oh,
You know what I'm
in my
saying?
inbox,
real.
like, hey,
Yeah.
you know we did you wrong, but could you please come tell the people, the students about this and
Come
that?
talk to come talk to the students.
Come give back.
like to
Like you
put you
niggas
inside
didn't give
the-
me. You
like
know
to
what?
put you in-
I just
Anyway,
posted about that, a day or two ago when I posted my business cards, and I was just saying how it's rewarding when people who once passed you by, you know what I'm saying, they starting to pay attention.
Oh,
to
I used to make it a point to let them know how I felt. I used to shout Linda out at the end of every show, brother. Spanish, Aqualad,
Yeah, that was a
Cuban.
whole season.
The whole end of the season. Hello, Linda. ¿Cómo estás? Let me in the morning, my friend.
Hey, you silly man.
The whole first season, bro. At the end of every show, that was the last
did.
shout out I did,
Silly.
and I made it a point to do it because I needed to let her know that I felt, even if you ain't say it out loud, you didn't believe.
Yeah.
It looks
So I
like
had to let you know I knew that you knew that I wasn't gonna be shit. But let me tell you, baby, I'm still here 6 seasons later.
Right.
6
Right.
seasons
Like
later.
I couldn't even go up there because there's nobody there we know now. It maybe two.
Yeah, there's
Really?
nobody I knew when I was there.
But other than that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else is up there. Everybody I know, I talk to, they ain't even there.
John Chara Bee. You know what? But we ain't gonna make this a personal show.
Yeah, we just reminiscing. That's it.
Yeah. But man, I appreciate you for stopping by, bro. I definitely want to get you on the business episode also. And also, man, if you in Cleveland next year, man, I'm having a little event, man. You're more than welcome to come by.
What day?
You know what I'm saying? July 23rd is the tentative date right now. Like I said, the content creators event. Definitely trying to get all photographers, cosplayers, podcasters, video gamers, YouTubers, TikTok, the whole nine.
I'll be there.
You create content, we want you in the building. Vendors, trying to get some small businesses there too. Might have my hot sauce guy there in the building, man.
We got to connect. My son's in Columbus. Yeah, we got to connect.
Yeah, I'm putting that on my calendar now. You said July 23rd of next year, though, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But while you do that, man, tell the people where they can find you at, man, so they can make sure they get them good pictures in, man. And so when they come time to do their first, second, and third wedding or whatever it is they got going on, they can get
everything
is
is Foreign Grit Films, man. I'm trying to get used to TikToks. Look, I said TikToks. I'm sounding old, man.
Man, I was on the Googles the other day, bro.
I was doing the Googles.
It's Foreign Grit on TikTok, though. That's the only difference. Everything else, Facebook, Instagram, is Foreign Grit Films. See, like you said, you didn't know it was me because I don't put on my business page. I don't even post my face pretty much on there.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man, who is this Foreign Grit nigga? I see everywhere.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been checking it out for a while. I'm like, yo, okay.
Because I was following the Foreign Grit regular one on Instagram. And then I seen the other one, and I was like, is this connected.
Is this the same thing?
I was like, because the other day I was like, okay, let me go back and check. And I went back and checked, and I was like, oh, this is him too. Okay, now I got to tag this one too.
Yeah, see, at first
can't.
I used to have my business, and I used to have my personal page and my business page. And I was like, yeah, no, let me take that out. And you know what I'm saying? That way, if you showing love, you showing love. If you not, you not. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I know this person, and you feel me? I ain't gonna like the picture. You know what I'm saying? If you don't even know who behind it, so if you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm on TikTok.
Okay. I'm like, what the hell? Hold. You know, this is a kid show.
And he thought it was coming the back. He like, man, what my wife back there doing?
Yeah, because I heard door slamming. He talking about ho. I was like, is there a shadow behind me? Norman Bates, some shit, man. But man, I appreciate you for coming through, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely gonna have to work together. Definitely got to get to some.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm following both of y'all on Instagram, ain't I?
You should be. If you're following Blur's Eye View, then yeah.
If you're not following me, it's cool. Don't nobody do it anyway. I know you.
Because I know I got you on Facebook for sure, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. No, we following each other. Don't worry about it. But yeah, man, we definitely. I want to do like an OMS reunion show.
That'd be raw. That'd be raw.
Hip hop style, man.
Hey, you know it get ratchet because we had our days.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely put that together, man. We're gonna definitely get this work in, man. Definitely gonna continue to share, man, and uplifting, bro, because you're doing your damn thing.
Appreciate you.
And I knew you wasn't in class doing shit but smoking weed, man, and talking shit in the back with me. So you know what I'm saying? I wasn't smoking weed, but you know, at the same time, we back there talking shit. You know, there's a group of us back there talking shit. But I appreciate you for coming through, man.
Weed is from the earth, man. No problem, man. I already know, man.
That's the smoky line right there.
You did your thing, bro. It's helping you grow, man. Hey, again, man, appreciate you. Continue to work,
no doubt, man. Appreciate y'all.
Good luck in Atlanta when you do that shoot. I'll definitely, when you post some pictures, be putting that on all the socials,
I got some people in Atlanta too. So, matter of fact,
I do too. But
it's a business owner. She's family. So
we gonna network. We gonna network.
I'm gonna get you in touch with the hot sauce man, the king of hot sauce, king of Cleveland for sure.
Okay.
And we gonna be in talks, man. Appreciate you. Let me get you this one more
Appreciate
time before we get you out of here, man.
All love, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, Mess reunion show coming soon. I think I'm gonna try to get Linda on there. But you, oh, my asshole.
Hey, she gonna do it too.
I know, cause she's so nice. I mean, she's always been nice. It's just I know she didn't believe in the name and all that. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there because we still here.
She probably said, "What the shit?"
She said it one time, and it looked like it hurt her face to say it.
It did. That's not the way to go. I'm like, well, according to some other folks,
motherfuckers. But I appreciate you for coming through, man.
No doubt, man.
Enjoy your
all
night,
love.
man. Like I said, we're gonna be in touch. I'm gonna get that information over to you, and get it cracking, man. Because you got work to do.
Last thing, bro, how can I rewatch this? Like, how if I want to go back?
If you go to either my page or the What the Stuff podcast page, it's going to be there forever.
Okay,
so it's going to be there. Audio will be up tonight.
Depending on Zuckerberg.
Man, fuck that guy. Audio will be up tonight on all streaming platforms, Opolis Radio, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter is where we're at now. iHeart, Spotify, iTunes, all that, you know what I'm saying? So,
okay,
but I'll tag you on all that, man, so don't even worry about it. You'll get it.
Okay, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
You
all
too.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
That felt good.
No.
Reminiscing like that. That felt good, huh?
But now,
hot sauce, reminiscing.
Are they all gone?
We got liquor.
We saved the best for last. Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
You muted.
Hey.
How you doing?
What y'all
I didn't want the
doing?
fellas to know that I was saving the best for last. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you guys?
Alive.
Yes.
Alive. So I can't complain. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, everybody. I'm Chara Bee. I'm mother, author, and inspirational speaker of How I Survived in an Abusive Relationship. I am the author of 2 fiction stories, The Story of Marissa Ray, and also The James Game, which can be found on Amazon.com/author/Chara Bee. And I'm also just trying to do a couple of things and get involved in a lot of different things. And like your thing on July 23rd, it sounds very interesting. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so not really far from where I'm from.
It's about a 6-hour drive. I make that drive because my brothers and them live down there, so I know it's a good
Oh,
drive.
okay. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
You're welcome to come. You know what I mean? So, getting into the author, how did that start?
Well, I was in college, and one of my professors stated that maybe it'd be a good idea if I wrote a book, because he liked a lot of the things that I was writing, the stories I was writing, and the content I was writing. And he said, you should write a book. And probably a couple years after he said that, I was reading up on different things, how, that's like on someone's bucket list is to write a book. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I did. And I went into urban erotica because I used to read, I still read the author Zane's books. And she really intrigued me to want to write urban erotica, because I don't see that type of writing often with a lot of authors. So I wanted to, use my creativity in that, and use that as, competition to her in some way, and do it for myself. And I enjoy doing it. It's fun.
For those at home, that's the nasty books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy reading those, but when I do it, it's in a different voice every time. I kind of wanted, like, Chris is a voiceover actor, trying to do that. I just want to be the guy who narrates dirty books. Like,
I'm sorry.
That's on my bucket list.
That would be awesome. Because I would love to have somebody read it. Like, I want somebody to do that.
A lot of the languages be like, Sarah put her hand on his throbbing member as he squealed in delight and he enjoyed the touch.
Wait, hit it with the we. Hit it with the we.
Yeah, I looked into somebody audio doing my book, and they're just really expensive. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it cost so much for somebody to just read it,
You would think it, but yeah, that's on my bucket list. I don't know why. Like, that was one of them things where I was like, if somebody asks me, I'll do it.
Well, you definitely can do my book, The James Game. You'll be perfect.
As James walked in the room, he saw
your voice will be perfect.
Nipples out. She touched herself, and she was perched on the edge of the bed. And as James thought back to that night when he was in a cabin on that moist, warm August evening.
That is awesome.
That's what we had just this earlier this week.
Need. That's what I need. Exactly.
I'm down. I am down. I will do the whole book. I am down because I don't know why, but that is fun. Like, just doing that right now, because I think I read an excerpt on either his show or my show. Like, at the end of the show, I brought up an excerpt of a book and start reading it at the end of the show, because I don't know why, but those books, and it's not even trying to be funny, but those books are just, the wordplay in them are different than normal books.
Right.
Because it's way more descriptive and way more imagination put in. And for normal people who don't have imagination, when they read those books, it's not getting them where they need to be.
No.
They need pictures. Some people are stupid, so let's just put that out there.
Yeah, you got to be creative. I mean, in any book, though, like any book that you read, creativity, when you're creative, it just makes it so much fun. And I think that's probably why a lot of people don't read. It's because they're not able to, like, be creative and think about themselves actually being in these situations and just putting themselves there. Because it just makes it so much fun. And, like, you can put yourself there and not actually have to live it. It's like imagination living, which is awesome.
Because I think when I was 8 or 9, I found my mom had one, which was weird just because it was my mom. But it was I want to say it was Zane.
Was it one of these moves?
But I was intrigued because I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm not a book reader, but for some reason I seen the cover and was like, this is my kind of book. I can get down with this. And then I got into it, and then it was like the whole throbbing member thing. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then I had to use my mind, because they'll just outright be like, say it. They beat around the bush Well, that's probably not the perfect. Anywho, you guys know what I'm saying.
I don't know if I'm getting around the book too much.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you can. But anywho, so the way they describe it in these books, you have to actually think outside the box. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them books that they serve a purpose. Like a lot of people like, oh, they're just for women to, get their rocks off and live this fantasy life. But nah, man, they actually serve a purpose, intimacy and, relations and just being one with your partner, reading these books, and they turn these books into movies. So now you watch the movie. So it's a lot to it.
And yeah, with my first book, I wrote in the feminine, and then the second book I wrote in the masculine. So I wanted to write a book in a masculine for guys to actually read it. So that, because I know when I wrote my first book, I had my son to just take a look at it. And he said the first page made him feel real feminine. So I'm like, that kind of gave me the idea to write a masculine story.
I can dig it. Now I kind of want to read them. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm not a big reader. And that's probably not something you want to be promoting on
No, it's like my books are like preparation for readers. So like when you read them, it probably can prepare you to want to read other books because it's like just really intriguing and interesting. So, and they're simple reads. Like you can read them in probably one of my readers read my first book in 4 hours. It always takes me about 7 to 8 hours to read it.
She was into it.
So it's like, there
was no putting that book down. That was a page turner right there.
Mine, the Meatloaf Bernie, shut the fuck up and turn it down. I'm reading.
Yeah, that's how that's the feedback that I got from them, that they're page turners and interesting. So I'm really proud of my work and what I'm doing. So I try to make it interesting, keep it interesting so that people don't get bored and like fall asleep. Because a lot of times when you're reading a lot of the harder words, they make you tired and you're just like needing to like, what's that word mean? And after a while, you probably just start closing the book and say, forget it. I can't read this one now.
Yeah. They're not college graduate type words that you need. Right. It's like, there's just certain things you need to say.
Yeah.
Get it out. and just say what's on this. Just say it. So like you had, like DC said, sometimes you have to dumb it down for some people.
Yeah.
Get it.
So
because I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like reading for dummies, but I don't want to say dummies. Like it's just simple reads. So it's like sometimes when you do the dummy books, people probably feel a little bit insecure about being called dumb. So if you just call it like it's a simple read, it helps you, it's just simple to read. It's not going to be difficult and you can get through it and figure it out real fast.
Well, if you're a Gen Xer and you grew up on Sanford and Son, then dummies are part of the English language. It's just a part of the word.
Because I'm fast in my Twitter fingers work, I have the first chapter of the story of Marissa Ray.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Let the church say amen. Let's read. My life is a damn shame. Here I am at Starbucks drinking my frappe, and once again Marlon is blowing up my phone. He always wanted to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. He was always asking me when will I divorce Ian and come stay with him in Tampa. But I continue to tell him I will never divorce my husband because his annuity. Okay. Because of his annuity of $15 million. And I'm really looking forward to that money to build my business. Becoming a fashion designer is no joke. And in between clothing, modeling, and the managing, I have to deal with my inconsistent ass husband, Ian. I added the ass. Who does nothing but spend up his immunity every chance he gets on fancy toys and clothes for himself. It's sad and depressing on how he lives his life with a beer in his hand and his band all the time. He makes me sick. It's just a huge mess being with a man you are no longer attracted to, but you have to live with him to meet ends meet. Whew. I ain't gonna lie, that is
Awesome.
She sounds highly upset and unsatisfied.
That's right. Very disappointed.
I just need the money so I can do what I got to do.
Right.
Do not mess this up for me.
wow. I'm not gonna lie.
If you mess this up for me, how my man Chappelle said, if you mess this up for me, Stedman, I swear to God.
That's right.
Yeah, you got away with words because I've never seen annuity before.
Really?
I might have, but I
They
don't
got
remember.
commercials.
He was like annuity.
Yeah, I was like, is that annuity?
Oh,
That's what that word is for.
yeah, annuity mean normally when I hear that word, that involves money. So
Right. It's like, I want my money now. You know that commercial?
Yeah.
Money now. They're
I
just there.
need
Oh,
structured
yeah.
settlement, and I need
I forgot what they say, but it's like,
JG.
I want my money now.
So we have the story of Marissa Way that you did in 2018.
Mhm.
Then you had the James game that came out just this year.
That's right.
Is there another one in the works?
Yes, it is. It'll be coming out in the spring of 2023. It's going to be pretty much my story of just me, of my toxic nature, and how I learned from my toxic nature to untoxify myself by saving myself and things like that. And just going into the description of the toxicity and how low I was in that situation, and then how I brought myself up and came back.
Amazing.
Yes.
And this is
So-
spring of next year. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
so it's going to be a nonfiction this time.
So, have you started it?
Yes.
So can I ask you,
yeah.
is it easier with the fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction's easier. Nonfiction is a little bit difficult because, and then, I mean, I thought it would be easy because I'm writing about myself, but it's still, it's a little bit more difficult, and it's slower. It takes slower to write.
I was gonna say, is it because it's nonfiction and you're writing it from your POV? Is it because it's from your POV, or is it's a little difficult? Kind of, is it emotional? I guess is the word.
Emotional in the words I want to use, putting it in perspective of emotion and feeling, so that the reader is able to capture what I'm writing and understand where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. So that is what's difficult about writing it.
I could see.
Because my other books, like the story of Marissa Ray, I wrote that in a week. The James game, I think it took me 3 months to write that one. But this one is going to take some time. Well, yeah, 1 week. Yeah, I was writing like 12 hours for a day, like 12, 13 hours. Yeah.
Everything.
I was serious about writing that book.
You wrote a book in a week.
Yeah.
It take me 2 hours to do one paragraph.
That's how I knew I had a knack for it, when I was like, dang, I could write that. Yeah, and it's like ideas just kept coming, and oh my God, it's just, I love that book. It's just a roller coaster. And like the ending, it's like you wouldn't even think. It's like,
oh, don't tell us.
Yeah.
Go get the book.
I know what I'm getting. Everybody is stocking stuffers. Y'all gonna read the story of Marissa Ray, and then you're gonna get the James game right after that. So
yeah,
people, if y'all know me and I know y'all, be prepared. Y'all reading this Christmas. It's fundamental.
Yeah, and then both of the books coincide with one another. So the Marissa Ray is the characters in the now, and then the James game is them in the past. So it's Marissa when she was younger, like before she married Ian and all of that. So this was her life in California before she even moved to New York. So it's really interesting on how the stories go together.
Man, ain't this something?
Intriguing.
Yeah, man, because like I
Designed
enjoy.
to reel you in and keep your attention.
Yeah, definitely.
Read the book of Marissa Ray by Chara Bee.
Yeah.
His
I would read
story.
that one first and then read the second one.
Well, I'm gonna read them both because now I'm hooked. I wanted to read more, but I was like, I don't want to give people too much of the book. Y'all gonna have to buy this today. I ain't about to get
I know
free game.
Amazon puts enough of it on there. I think it has the whole chapter and goes into chapter
Yeah,
2.
the whole first chapter is up there. I was like,
Yeah.
I could get the whole first chapter of both books. I was like, man.
Yeah.
But so you are an author, but you also survive domestic violence.
Yeah.
I don't know how I want to pose that question. In getting out, do you try to help other women with that?
Not yet because of time, but that is definitely something I want to volunteer doing once time permits. But at this point, no. But when I was in counseling throughout the years and seeking the help I needed, talking to other women and telling them my story, that's when the idea of becoming an inspirational speaker about it came to my mind, because a lot of people just enjoyed the story. So, and said that it was something that I really need to get out to other people because it will definitely help them with their situations. It would really be like something like a wake up call to really help them and encourage them, because a lot of times men, they just don't know how to get out and feel trapped, and it's a difficult place, especially when you have children, especially when you have family that agrees with the relationship and doesn't want you to fail and wants you to be together. And you just feel like you're stuck and you can't do anything about it because you don't want to fail other people, but at the end of the day, you're failing yourself.
Exactly.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Start promoting.
It is. Because I think that is a struggle when you feel like, people on the outside don't know what's really going on all the time. Sometimes inside the relationship, they just see the representatives, the good parts of it.
Right.
They ignore the signs that are there, even though some signs are there, and you might talk to them about it. They want to ignore it because they want it to work for whatever gain that they might get out of it, or things of that nature. So I think that is important for people to know that if you're not happy, you're not happy.
Right.
Especially when you're, being treated in a way that nobody should be treated. Like, let's get that out there right now.
Yeah.
I don't condone any kind of violence. I mean, against women. I should say that. Definitely against that. That is so wrong on so many levels. Just because I've seen it firsthand, in homes, people I know, like I couldn't, do that. Like I felt like less of a man because it's like,
how can you?
It's
literally just it's so many things to look at that and on that.
And yeah, and just me being a strong Black woman, being raised by my father, he raised me not to put up with that. But when you get in these situations, the person doesn't seem like they're like that. They seem really cool. They're calm. I mean, you think they're great, and they treat you with a lot of respect. But after a while, all of that changes, and it's like, wow. And you can go into the relationship like 2 or 3 years and it's good. And that doesn't even happen. It's not something that always happens like right away, because I know a lot of women get confused and say, well, why'd you stay with him? Why'd you stay with him? Well, now I'm invested. It's not like it happened right away. Like the first week I met him or the first year. It was something that took time, where he got comfortable enough to where he felt that he could, get away with it. So, you're invested at that point. And I didn't understand when I was younger either. I'm like, why don't she just leave? She's dumb. You know, I said the same things until I actually got in it. And I'm like, wow. And maybe that's probably why, I don't know, I was in it just so that maybe it was something for me to learn, because I was just really against women staying with these guys. But I didn't understand how hard it was to like leave. I mean, it is not easy at all.
Yes. Especially when you got, like you said, kids and time and, you know, all these personal
Sometimes
things
even money,
invested.
like
Too often we don't realize when we tell somebody they need to leave a situation, it ain't just that easy to just pick up
No.
things and just walk out the door. You
Yeah,
know?
and it costs money. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
and that's the
Yeah.
point. Like, you know, it's money involved, and there's
Yeah,
you
it
know, a
costs
lot
us
of things
money
that
and court, and because you just can't walk away because they feel invested too. So
yes,
there's so many small parts in there that it makes it hard. And the worst thing of it is your feelings for that person, because you're just hoping that maybe they'll change, and if you stay they'll change, because you're like, with me it was like, well, maybe if, you know, it's me, and if he gets with another person, what if he changes, and then I'm going to be mad because he changed for her but not me, and I should have just stuck around, you know, maybe I should have waited, because he probably was about to change but I left too soon, you know. It's just, you know, stuff we think about, and that's the least thing you should be thinking about. You need to think about your safety, the love you have for yourself, and, you know, even your children's safety if you have children, because it can get really bad, and the thoughts can get really bad, and it can get dangerous.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
So much to unpack in there. And I think that's, and I want women to know that, like I said, I don't want nobody to go through that, but you can't police everybody's home. You know, every man has to be a man held accountable to himself first, and then, well, actually to his significant other first, and then to himself. But I think it's important that we break that stigma, because sometimes we have that stigma like, oh, if somebody's, you know, in an abusive relationship, they're weak. It's not always that. It's just, you know, the strength to leave is harder to muster than the strength to stay. It was something I was told by a few people who, you know, been in a situation to where, you know, like, yeah, it's easy to, like I said, it's easy to tell somebody to leave that situation, but if you're not helping them, then
Right.
you're not helping them. Like, telling somebody to leave isn't
Yeah.
helping the
Yeah.
situation.
No, you can't just say, oh, you need to leave. Do you understand what I have invested in this? Like, it's not like I can just walk out. And
Yeah.
I think, like you said, the strength, once you have that strength, then everything else just comes together. Everything else just works. And that's what happened. I got the strength, and I just put the plan together in motion, because I was at the point of being fed up, and I was like, I'm done. I ultimately was done. And before my father had passed, because he knew of the relationship and everything, and he told me, I'm like, I was going through a whole bunch of things then, and he's like, well, I'm like, why don't I leave him? Like, why am I still here? Why do I still love him? Why won't I leave? Am I dumb or stupid? He's like, no. He said, you'll know when you're fed up, and that's when you'll leave. You'll just know. I'm like, I didn't understand what he meant. Like, what do you mean I'll just know? Like, he said, you'll just know. And, you know, he was right. I just knew. I was done. Because you don't know until you know.
I think that one's for you, because I'm neither a mother nor.
I like the name though. I like the name.
Thank you.
I want to. First of all, you deserve this. I tell people a lot of times it's easy to talk about situations, but it's harder to put those situations out in front of the world. Not saying that this is going to be seen by the world, but I'm just, you know.
No, yeah, you're right. But I had to, I thought about that too, because, you know, like, aren't you going to be embarrassed? No, because it's going to help somebody. So if I can help somebody and save a life, why am I going to be
That's what,
embarrassed about that?
my
Right.
favorite saying is, "You never know who you might help by telling your story."
Right.
Yes.
Because a lot of people told me their stories, and oh my gosh, it helped me so much. Even in my situation with domestic violence, writing my books, just my life careers, my life choices, making decisions. People shared their stories with me, and they did inspire me enough to want to change my life. And I'm like, I could do that too for somebody, because I have a whole bunch of stuff too, that people are interested in probably wanting to know. I mean, at first I didn't think people would care. Like, nobody cares about that, what you're
Don't
talking
go for
about.
that.
Nobody cares. But yes, they do. They do care.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
I think this show is a testament to that, because when I first started, I felt the same way.
Mhm.
This show didn't start out being what it is today with, a lot more profoundness and insight. It started out just a way for me to get a chip off my shoulder. And as I said earlier, spite people who I felt told me I wasn't shit at this game.
Oh my
But
God.
but
It was
I had
almost a
to grow.
revenge type thing. So,
Yeah, I was just on some trash. I was on talking shit. I was on trash. But as this show has grown, and we had dope people like you who are willing to come on and share their story. I tell people all the time, I hate TMZ because I don't like hearing people's stories secondhand. I want the story from that person, because that's when you're going to get the almost truth, but the most impact of that story.
Hmm.
Hearing your story from you makes it a whole lot better than hearing it from somebody who doesn't know the full truth.
Right.
So
Or add stuff
yes,
or
or
take
or just
away.
blatant lie. They
Or
take
yeah,
liberties with
don't
that.
even. Yeah.
So that's why I always try to thank people when they come on, especially with domestic violence, mental health, just health and period. I think those things are important to one talk about, because we have to have a conversation. This show can't always be fart jokes and talking shit. Sometimes we have to really talk about the things that um, hit home. Sometimes, this is real conversation for real people. I couldn't be real if I didn't have these conversations and tell these stories. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or just put it out there that, hey, this stuff is happening, man, and people need to know. Not that we don't know, but we don't realize who it's happening to until sometimes it's too late. So
Right.
if we can save a life today by telling this story tonight, you know, so
it
be it.
gives somebody the
It ain't for
strength to
everybody to hear.
make at least take a first step. That by them
Hmm.
hearing this, by hearing the story,
Nah, I want
that
people to
gives them the
take more than
strength.
one step, because sometimes that first step is just to hear it, and then it goes in one
Yeah.
ear and out the other. Too many times we dismiss cries for help, um, whether it be mental health. People need, they're like, oh, he's just crazy. He's touched, he's a little afflicted. He's crying out for help. People who are being, sexually abused, physically abused. There's signs and cries for help that we need to stop ignoring. Too many times we ignore those signs or turn a blind eye because either we don't, it's too much to get involved, or we don't want to get involved because it's
Right.
not our problem.
Yeah, a lot
Right.
of ramifications or whatever. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Because
I,
I mean, I told my friends and family about it, but they're like, you ain't leaving, so it must not be that bad, you know?
and
If it was so
that
bad, you would
one
have
right
left,
there,
Yeah.
you know? That was always what I got. Like, if he's so dangerous, why are you still there?
that one right there kind of,
It's kind of like the brush off. It's a
it's
brush off.
that one's the ultimate brush off, because it's like, oh, well, you ain't trying to leave. Why should I worry?
Right.
And it's just, like I said, to me, it's it's I can't call myself an advocate because I don't, champion it as much as, there's some other people, but I make sure that I let it be known that I'm against that. And I'm a supporter. I'm an ally. Chris, the same way, this show is a safe space. It's for everybody. But you have to be positive. This ain't a space for negativity. This ain't a space for people who
Right.
want to come on here and try to, put people down. That's kind of my job, but the people I put down deserve it. I think Dave Chappelle had a joke, and it wasn't really a joke. It was a story about him and a transition friend, but she stuck up for him, and she said Dave never punches down. He always punches forward, and that's what the show is about. We're not trying to punch down on nobody. We're not trying to make nobody feel bad for the situation. We're here to entertain, and hopefully make you forget about some of the problems you have, at least for a little bit. But also we're here to let you know that, you can reach out.
Right.
And then there's people who want to help. We try to point you in the direction of those people. Even if we don't know, it's just that you reached out. We can try because you made that effort too.
Mhm.
So we can't let you go by the wayside for making an attempt to try to get help. And then we just look at our inbox and be like, I'll get to that later.
Right.
That's just, I answer, every message and post and all that stuff personally because
Good.
it's on me. At the end of the day, I don't want nobody else to have that responsibility to answer under my name,
Right. That's
It's
awesome.
impersonal. It's very impersonal, some people, and I don't not people who, once you get to a bigger status, time and all that, you get a publicist and all that juke joint. But if I ever get to there, then maybe if I don't have time. But if I got time,
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm
that can
answering.
potentially happen too.
Yeah.
But at least they'll know
Fingers
what
and
they
eyes
need to
crossed.
say, because they'll know you.
It's all about being personal,
Yeah.
and making sure that people know that you're here. I might not always be on time, but I try to make sure that I'm here. But also, like I said, I want to thank you for your courage to, come on the show and talk about it.
Thank you.
Because I know it's not easy. Trauma is never easy to talk about, especially with strangers.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
even
That's
worse with
that's
strangers.
that's definitely like one of the first steps. Having to learn to open up.
Well,
Right.
not even.
Yeah.
I mean, just that courage to be able to open up with strangers to me is the biggest courage you can have. It's easy to talk to people friends, family, but to come, and talk with strangers, therapists you don't know nothing about, you don't know these people, you don't know what they might do with this information, but to have that
Right.
courage to open up takes a lot. I don't think people realize, it takes more courage to open up to a stranger than to, catch a football and get hit by a linebacker. Like that's, and it's not the same, I know, but it was the first thing that popped in my mind. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Forgive me, my analogy
We
sucked.
get the gist.
But I mean, therapy, a lot of people don't want to go to therapy because they don't want to talk to a stranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't want to open up to somebody who doesn't know them. I don't know this person, what the fuck they going to do for me?
That's kind
Yeah.
of
That's
one
the
of the
stigma
first
we
things they
have.
come across.
And they say that when they get to therapy. You don't know me. And then when the therapist listens and tries to give them some advice, then you don't know me. It just, you can't, you have to be very open and just understand yourself and what you really need and the help that you need, and just listen to them, even if you don't agree. But it's just that you're not there yet. They're a little bit beyond you, so you don't understand what they're saying at the time. And as I got older, the things my dad used to tell me, I understand them being an adult, but I didn't really understand. I thought I did being a kid or being younger, but I understand what he was saying now. It's like all of the things he was trying to tell me are coming into light now. Like, wow, I get it, Dad, but he's no longer with us. And then, it's sad that I'm not able to tell him, like, I get it. But, cause I know he'd be so happy to hear that. Cause he didn't think I'll ever get it. And, I just feel like living the life I'm living now is making him proud.
Since you opened up, I'm gonna open up myself. I can relate to that. I actually lost my dad 2012. No, 2020. I'm sorry.
Oh, 20,
During
just
like
recent.
the height of COVID.
Yeah.
He got ill. went into a coma. We had to put him on life support.
Oh,
And, you know, we had to come to an agreement as brothers. And my sister on the phone, because she lives in Texas, do we pull the plug on him, knowing that if we don't, he's just going to be a vegetable, you know, so that quality of life is gone.
man.
But there's so much that I didn't pay attention to, like you said, when my dad was around, that I'm hearing them in the back of my voice guiding me now to where it's like, if only I had listened in, you know. But I think everything for a reason happens. Not that it changes the feelings, but I know he's proud of what I'm doing.
Yes,
You know, I know
definitely.
he's I can still hear him in the back of my head talking about, let me hold $1.
Yeah, yeah,
Every time I speak, this is not my real voice. This is how my dad
yeah,
sounds.
yeah.
So I think every time I get on the mic, I sound like my dad because this is how my dad talks. If I'm
Uh-huh.
talking off the mic, I sound like myself. But when I get on here, I sound like my dad. So it's scary to feel
Yeah.
him, you know, talk to me and talk through me sometimes, because some of the things I say, I'm like, damn, that's my dad.
Yeah, that's what one of my cousins told me. He said the same thing. He's like, you sound like your father. I'm like, wow, that's a big compliment because my
Yeah.
father
So
was so wise. And for me to sound like him, that is that was a big compliment to me because like I'm really following in his footsteps and understanding what he was saying and living the life that he wanted me to live. So
your father was a wise man.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I do, first of all, I do appreciate you coming on. I
Thank
think,
you
matter of
so
fact,
much.
you scheduled back in like June, so this is like a long time coming.
Yeah, yeah, I had some
I
issues
appreciate.
going.
Yeah, I think you scheduled in June. It
Conflicts.
was like, yeah, we'll do it in August, because you had school and stuff, and
Yeah, I was in
I was like,
That's
classes.
dedication though. When
yeah.
you get it that
Yeah,
far and still remember that
And
date.
here she is.
yeah.
I hit her up and was like, "Hey, we still on?" Because I should have probably did it a few, a while back, just to touch base instead of the week up. Like, hey, I know you scheduled back in June, but I hope you forgot about us. But no,
No,
I do
no, I
appreciate you
really
coming
wanted
through.
to come on. I was getting a certificate for customer support from SV Academy, and I recently had graduated and got my certificate. So I'm really proud about that and getting
Congratulations.
into my new
Congratulations.
tech success career. So awesome. I have an interview for it tomorrow. The
Oh,
final
good
one.
luck. You got it.
So I
Yeah.
am so excited.
Don't worry about it. You got it.
Yeah.
Something tells me
Yeah,
you
It's
already
locked
got it.
in. It's already locked in. It's locked
yeah,
in.
I feel it is. I
Let
feel
me let me
it's
tell you a
done.
secret. 90% of the people after they come on this show go on to great success. We don't do shit, but they go on to great success. So we
Oh
like
wow.
good. I tell people we like Good Luck Chuck. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but if you ever get a chance, don't watch it. You're not missing much. But still, people come on this show and then I see them doing great things. So I like to joke and be like, yeah, we're a platform that, have launched a lot of careers that are already started, but we pushed them up a little further. I don't know
Oh,
why or how.
awesome.
But some tells me after you leave here tonight, they gonna call you in the morning, like, don't even come in, the job's yours. You're like,
Right.
damn, that's
Yeah.
that what the shit magic, baby. And then I'm gonna get an email like, hey, I got the job and I'm making, 60,000 a year. Thank you.
That's right.
Uh,
Yeah. It's like, what the shit?
yeah, tell
You
your
got
friends
it.
we
Yeah.
launching careers that already been launched. I don't know how, but
It's
Right.
some in
Right.
that pot. I don't know what it is,
I
but
don't know what magic we got, but I wish it worked on us because I'm just
we're
But
struggling.
sometimes it works on other people because I say the same thing. Like I can give magic and things to others, and I'm like, where is it for me? And I'll sprinkle
yeah,
some. But I think I live it every day, just being
yeah.
optimistic and positive, and just being inspiring to other people, and just not down with that negativity. Got rid of that
Oh yeah.
depression. I just feel so like I was there for so many years and seeing therapists and things like that, and all of that did help. It did.
But you're free now.
Yes. Forever
You
free.
know, it's like seed on your spirit,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
the relief, the the everyday, the work. I mean, you wrote a book in a week. I mean, that's not letting
Yeah.
that go. But no,
I hear stuff like that from music artists, and I'm like, yo, what?
Or like
yeah,
Tupac
anytime,
writing albums in a weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
to me that is mind blowing because I ain't got that in me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna need a little time because I like to slimmer before I, catch fire. But I do appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.
Telling your
Um,
story, sharing your gifts with us, giving me a reason to read books.
yeah, I hope so. Hopefully, I encouraged you a little
Uh,
bit, and hopefully, you can do my book for me, the
oh,
James.
I'm
Book. I would
down.
love for you to read that.
I'm down. James, the story.
I'm open. I mean,
James Ellis Harper, an attractive black man who lives in San Diego, California, in the Burroughs Hotel owned by his grandparents, Mama and Papa. Hold on, y'all messed me up. Hold on. you gotta get in character
like,
here.
the room got quiet. He was like,
Yeah, I know y'all was captivated. I know. Don't worry about
I
it.
was waiting, like, okay, what you about to say?
James was raised by his single mom, Maria Harper, who was cut off by her parents for being pregnant with James and losing her family royalties. James is confused about his sexual preference and has very many sexual partners. I'm taking liberties to add words in here that's not there. Sorry about that.
You make it more like.
But no, that is fun. I don't know why I like doing that. This story tells the secrets of a player of the game through James Harper's eyes. The story is filled with passion, deception, and suspense. It's time for
hit
James
that one right on the head.
Yeah, I know. So you had to get that pause for the cause. I'm gonna do that again, so y'all ain't think it was a fluke. This story is filled with passion, deception, and suspense. It's time for James to make the greatest decision in his life. How will he choose?
Awesome.
Damn.
Sounds so good. It sounds so good.
That's
I'm
magic.
digging that. I'm about to be like any erotic authors that need a story. It's gonna be the same character in every story because I only got that one voice, but
Yeah.
it'll be the same. They're like, damn, all these books sound the same. Yeah, it's one
Well,
guy.
that's your thing, so everybody
That's
knows
my
you're
new
reading
niche.
it.
Yeah.
That's your
I'm
niche. Yeah.
Oh, DC read that new Zane book. I gotta get it. Suspense.
That's how they'll say it. Like, why
Yeah,
you
I like that.
Because it's full of suspense.
Yeah, everybody, that's gonna be the new thing. Everybody was like, Mom, this movie's on. It got suspense.
That's the new word for today.
Yeah, everybody go try that out. Find a reason to use the word suspense.
Yeah,
Just do
use
it real
suspense
smooth
in
and
your
mellow.
sentence today.
But no, I would love to. That is actually fun. I can do that for hours. I don't know why. That just feels freeing.
Oh wow.
Definitely will be in touch. Definitely want to have you back on. Definitely enjoyed this time with you. Like I said, I did say the best for last. I didn't want the other two to feel bad. If they hear this, I'm gonna deny because I don't want them to feel all. Well, you put in, you said the best for last. I thought we was cool.
I feel bad if I didn't get no weed. He was up there smoking, and I'm like,
Oh
he's
yeah.
all up here smoking, like.
Oh yeah, it's that kind of show.
You're laid back.
Definitely that kind of show.
Right,
Smoking,
I'm like,
drinking.
dang,
Ain't
I'm
no,
so
it's a
jealous.
real show. Whatever
We're,
makes you
no,
feel
we're, no,
comfortable.
we're no Tonight Show or nothing like that. It's,
Yeah, not yet. Once I
Yes,
get it a
I
little
love it.
more
I
corporate,
love it.
I
Right,
might have to tone it
corporate.
down. But even then, Coronas,
Yeah.
tequila, Tier Minus tequila somewhere around here. Lay back. I
If
want
Drink
people to-
Champs can do it, if Drink Champs can, they can get
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome.
Why not?
I love it.
But
I love
yeah,
the name of the show too. It was like, wow.
Thank you. A lot of people wasn't, digging it back then, but now they. But anyway, enough about us. Again, let me give you that.
Yay!
Definitely gonna be in contact. Definitely
Yes.
next week. I will be reading both of these, so you will get my post on it.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody that reads these books, go on Amazon and put your comments there, put your stars there. And negative, positive. I mean, anything is great.
Every little bit
Because
helps. People
I
don't
just want to
realize
hear
that.
opinion,
Mm-hmm.
get feedback.
So please tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on the Chara Bee channel on YouTube. Also, I'm not really on IG too much, but you can go to Miss_Forever Free on there, and then I'm on Facebook at Chara Bee on my Facebook page, and that's where you can find me. Can I do a shout out?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. First shout out I want to do is to my family and friends that came and tuned in. Thank you so much for supporting me and coming here to watch me on the show. The second shout out I want to do is to my son, D Nash, the rapper in Cincinnati, Ohio, local rapper there. I'm repping his D Nash gear right now.
Okay.
He just dropped the album. It was proven. And it's doing really well. He just dropped it like last week, so it's doing really well. And congratulations to him and the music that he's putting out. It's the positive rap music. But I mean, like he says, I mean, he's not getting the listeners as he wants. And like I told him, you're before your time, son. Just gonna have to wait.
Well, I know a place where we definitely do music interviews here too. So.
Oh, I can get him to see if he can get on here and do his thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Again, thank you for coming on.
You're so welcome. Thank you guys for letting me come on.
No.
Thanks so much.
We don't let people come on. We have people come on. It's not nobody's obliged to come on here.
Okay, cool.
Because I told this story when we first started, we couldn't buy a guest. We had like 2 guests our whole first season.
Oh, wow.
So I'm appreciative of anybody who's willing to, like I said, give their time and share their gifts with us and their stories. So I don't never want nobody to feel like it's something they had to do. You know what I mean? It's a privilege for us more than the guests, I feel, because like I said, I enjoy hearing those dope stories and I enjoy sharing the platform so other people, like I said, can get the recognition they deserve. Everybody wants to be celebrated, but there's not a lot of people doing the celebrations.
That's right.
If that makes
You're right.
sense.
Yes, it does. Yes. Wow.
So I'm a real stickler for if I see something or somebody doing something dope, I'm gonna share it. Because it's free. It don't cost nothing to share. It don't take much time. Hell, I drive a work truck, so I'm scrolling. I probably shouldn't say this, but I be driving and sharing stuff while I'm parked, allegedly.
Right.
But
we're back to that, allegedly.
Allegedly, I'm parked when I do all my posting. But nah, man, I believe everybody, you should celebrate the wins more than the losses. So I'm all about celebrating the wins, big or small. So can't take it for granted.
Right. Yeah,
So
and I'm celebrating.
Yeah, and you should.
I am celebrating.
So that's why I say I appreciate you coming on, and it won't be the last time. I have another saying: once you're here, your family. I think I stole that from Olive Garden, but fuck what they gonna do? Sue me? I ain't got no meatballs for them. I think I did say that from Olive Garden. I shouldn't say that too loud. I'm gonna make their case for them. Yeah, like Olive Garden says, when you hear your family. So
I love Olive
that
Garden.
out there, cover them bases. Yeah.
Here's the thing, it might not even be Olive Garden.
I don't know who it is, but I just want to cover my bases because I felt like I seen it on a commercial on a late night, like 2 a.m. after one of them sad dog commercials.
The sad dog commercial. Like, here, have some tortellini.
Pencil sticking out of his face.
Feeling sad? Have a meatball. Like,
but no, you're always welcome back. The door is always open. If you got anything you want to promote, just want to come talk shit, more than welcome.
Yeah, I would love to come talk shit and do some controversial stuff too, and then come back when my book's finished. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, you know how to get a hold of me, so don't be a stranger.
Definitely.
But I do thank you. Like I said, it takes courage to talk to
Thank
complete
you.
strangers and tell, your story and what you've been through. It's never easy. Even with family, it's never easy, but it's even harder talking to strangers. So like I said, that's the most courage that anybody can muster, is to tell their trauma to a stranger.
Definitely.
Let alone,
The world.
other strangers who are watching
Yeah.
or listening. You know what I mean? It takes a lot more. So it's not something I take lightly. So I do appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Chris, talk to the people.
If you like gaming, comics, television, movies, film, everything you can geek out about, music, whatever, check out Blurred's Eye View every Tuesday at 8:30, and check out Blurred's Reacts at 9 p.m. Both of them Eastern Standard Time. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Tune in next week. We'll probably be talking about shows or movies that got sequels and shouldn't have, opposed to movies that should have gotten sequels and didn't. And we'll probably, hopefully, can keep Ezra Miller out the fucking news this week if they can't seem to keep their ass out of trouble. But tune in for that 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You can check us out anywhere you listen to your podcast. You can also hit the YouTube channel where I have Furies, Reacts, and Reviews, and I will have the reviews up for Prey and The Sandman up this week, and I will probably be doing a review on this week's comic releases. So tune in for that.
So
I think that was a deep thought. I was gonna say it had to be. I knew it was.
There was another excerpt from the book I was reading. I want to thank our guest, the Hot Sauce King of Cleveland, one of the greatest photographers I know, and author, mother, entrepreneur. I saved the best for last, Miss Chara Bee.
Thank you.
Also, if you guys haven't seen this, this is happening. It is still happening. Actually, I'm going next week to look at the venue. It's going to be dope. Looking to add a couple more names up there, and talks with some people to do some sponsoring and all that, and just be a part of it. So it's happening. The stress is real. The anguish is real, and all that jazz, man. It's fun to try to put together, but at the same time, it is nerve-wracking. I didn't know how much went into it. I don't even like playing a birthday party. This is like a birthday party on steroids.
Wow.
This is like a birthday party took crack and was running around butt-ass naked, and you got to put the clothes back on to get it together.
Oh, my.
This is like trying to get
I've
Bobby
heard nightmares
Brown's
about
singing
stuff
career
like
back on track after I know you want some more of this Thug Loving with Ja Rule.
Yo,
No.
Did I say more?
You had to be there.
No.
I had one more, but I don't want everybody coming
Can't
after me
top
tomorrow.
that.
They're like, man, you talking about Bobby Brown and know this, man. I was gonna also say it's like trying to get Reggie to sing One Wish the right way. But it's a fun thing. It's a challenge, but also something I feel needs to be done. It's a networking event with a discussion panel. I want to get vendors there, small businesses. Like I said, I want to make it a yearly event to where we can all get together as content creators of color and not be at each other's neck or not be, gossiping, but just get together, seeing how we can either work together to make stuff happen or teach each other the tools and trades, you know what I'm saying? So we can all make money, because that's what it eventually comes down to. I don't know if people realize this, but the entertainment business is projected to keep going up, 22 billion at some point, either next year or this year. I can't remember the facts and figures, but it's growing.
And both of our shows need some of that money.
It's steadily growing. It's
Need that money.
it's opportunity for everybody. The table that is being built has room, but you got to put in the work. You can't just show up and just be like, hey man, I know y'all making money, man, but I don't want to do shit. I just want to collect the funds, because that ain't how life works.
Sure.
So you definitely got to put in work, because I don't know if you heard, but the theme of the day is you get out of the universe what you put into the universe. So
That's right. That's right.
Also, I got to shout out Miss Angela Marshall for coming on the Chambers Effect. If you haven't seen that, it is no interview that I've done before. It was kind of fun. I gave her a bunch of crazy questions, and she answered them. And we talked about, one thing we hit in that was faith without works is dead. So that's been kind of the theme of the week, is having faith, but also putting in the work. Because you can't get one without the other. I guess I could put this up there. I probably could have had this up there while I was talking, so it can just roll down the bottom of the screen. But all the social medias are there. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. I guess I gotta say it now for people that actually do it.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird. People like get on and they'll look, but that's another tangent. It's been a good week. Next week, I don't know who we have. We got people. I also have another Chambers Effect coming out with the Brown sisters. They are the owners of Defining Excellent, which is a retail vending machine, which is the dopest thing I've ever seen. You can do advertisement on there. It's a video screen. You can do advertising, marketing on there, and they also sell things that you might need while you're running through the airport that you might forget and you don't want to go to Walmart because it's too late. So you can get all this stuff, toothpaste, deodorant, all kind of stuff in this one little machine, and it's at an airport, which was a great idea. So they'll be on the Chambers Effect. Actually, we're recording that Sunday night, and it'll start airing Monday, Wednesday, and I believe Friday. I'm airing the Chambers Effect with Angela Marshall one more time this week, probably Friday or Saturday. And I got people wanting to do that too, so I think that's amazing. Game night. We got 2 game nights coming up, people. The 24th and the 31st. The 24th is Damn How Old Are You? It's a game to see whether you were born in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, to 2010. If you don't know nothing past the 90s, you're too young. If you don't know nothing past the 80s, you're too old
to lose. Suspense.
The suspense. The 31st is 3 the Hard Way. It is a game where I ask you 3 different questions, one from movies, one from music, one from sports, and we get to see who is going to win. So getting contestants together for that. I got a couple more game nights planned before the season ends. October 5th is the end of the season, people, so it's coming up. And I'm taking a good break until probably going till Halloween or something like that. I don't know, but still got time, still got episodes, still got magic coming down the pipe. Thank you as always to our guests. Appreciate everybody who comes on. I think that's it. Anything else? Anybody? Nothing? No?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else for Blurred's Eye. Yes, of course. Blurred's Eye View for next season, we are expanding. If you are a POC female cosplayer, gamer, writer, you want to write articles, you want to talk about film, television, you can work on the show, you can work behind the scenes of the show. The door is open. Go to Blurred's Eye View on IG, drop me a DM, I'll give you the email, more details to come. That door is open. Right now we're starting with a lot of Ohio POC gamers, Ohio POC women right now, and then if need be, I will also expand that to be national. So if you have the time, the effort, you have a showcase, you want to get your talents out there, and come join the media team. We are growing, and I got details for you.
And there you have it. Details, books, whatever the hell I said, all that stuff.
I mean, I have one of my sons. He's a huge gamer. He's got his own channel on YouTube, Legacy Shooter. Guys, check him out. He's really good.
Okay.
Legacy Shooter will definitely be looking that up.
Yes, here. I got it. Here it is. I'm gonna write this down because I got.
So I'll be looking that up. Again, thank you as always to the people. This is about to be airing on all streaming platforms for the audio tonight, but you can always go to the YouTube, the Twitter, the Twitch, 2 Facebook pages, and watch the video again just because you want to see their faces, because not mine, because I got a face for radio. But again, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Be safe. Talk your shit. Do what you do. But above all else, make sure you show somebody some appreciation, man, because everybody can use it. You don't realize how much people go through things, and just because they seem tough don't mean they are tough. Some people just hold it real well, and some people hide it real well. So love on your people. Love on the one you with. Grab your lover by the hand and do it. We gonna y'all with the right.
Go home, folks.